Hi friend, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to your mini lesson for today. Today we're going to start a whole new unit on reading. We've been practicing all different kind of comprehension strategies as readers to add to our toolbox of information right up here in our brains called our schema. Touch your brain and say schema. Very good. In your schema, in your toolbox of information, you have learned about sequencing, where we put the story or the information we've learned in order as readers. We've learned about the main idea and supporting details. And we have also learned about characters and setting, right? So we've talked about a character is who is in the story, and the setting is when and where the story takes place. So today we're going to build on what we know about characters and setting and add some more information and details to what we know about a story and what's important to a story. So our learning target for the next 3 weeks is to practice identifying what we call story elements. There's 4 parts to story elements. So can you say those 2 words with me? Story elements. Very good job. So our story elements include characters, setting, problem, solution. We're going to talk about all of those and what those mean. So our learning target, thank you, Ms. Parton. That's what I was trying to think of. I can identify that stories have characters, a setting, problem, and solution. And I'm going to start by reading from my teacher book to you a story that I think most of you have already heard. So I want you to listen closely. Ready? Once upon a time, in a deep, dark forest, lived 3 little bears. One day, while they were out, a little girl named Goldilocks knocked on the door. When no one answered, she entered the bear's cottage. The cottage is the house where they live. You know how the tale ends. Like all good stories, this story includes characters, the 3 bears and Goldilocks, a setting, which is the bear's cottage or their house, a problem, Goldilocks using and breaking the bear's things like the chair, and a solution. What do the bears do at the end of that story? Do you remember? The bears chase Goldilocks away. So their solution to getting rid of Goldilocks was to chase her away. So if you put your thinking chin on and think about your favorite story or movie, and you think about all the parts of that story or movie, all of those parts include characters, the setting, there's always a problem, and then there's always some kind of solution. Whether our brains already knew that or not, those are our story elements. And that's what we're going to learn and talk about during this unit. So we are going to take a look at a poster since it's our first week of this new unit. This poster only has words in the title. Let's count how many words there are. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now I'm going to read the title to you, and I want you to read it back to me. Listen first. Play with me. Ready? Let's read it. Play with me. Very good. Now, the first thing that I need to do as a reader is look at the pictures. And I need to try and figure out what the author and illustrator is telling me as a reader. So, when I look at this first top picture over here, I see some kids playing with a soccer ball. I also see a little boy with a red ball who looks pretty sad and lonely and a little worried. I also see that same boy has a red ball down here. And the dog, look how cute the dog is. He's looking over like, I know, buddy. But when I look at his face down here and I read his expression, to me, it looks like this character is trying to think of what he should do. So it looks like he's starting to change his facial expression. There aren't any words to tell me that he's doing that, but I can see that in the next picture, it looks like he solved his problem. His problem was that he wasn't playing with anybody, right? But his solution looks like he ended up either asking to play with them or inviting them to play with him. And what do they decide to do? Go down the slide together, right? Now look at his facial expression. This same little boy now looks pretty happy. Does it look like he sat there and pouted and cried and stomped his feet? No. It looks like, oh, he had a problem, and he wasn't going to sit there and just let that problem eat at him and make him mad. He came up with a solution, and his solution looks like he asked some friends to play. So we're going to read stories where we're going to see the problem and solution that help make the story what it is. If stories didn't have a problem and a solution, then it'd be kind of boring. So tomorrow we'll take a look at a different poster that has words to it, and we're going to see if we can figure out what the characters, the setting, the problem, and solution are in that text. And those 4 things, my friends, are called story elements. Can you guys say those 2 words with me again? Story elements. Great job today, friends. I will see you. I keep saying tomorrow, but we don't do mini lessons on Wednesdays. So I will see you guys Thursday for your next mini lesson. Alrighty, friends. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.